Hello everyone, I'm Silent Death, and welcome to Kerbal Space Program Science Harder Campaign. To start out this episode, we're going to pop up to our satellites and do a little bit of ore scans for the ones that we haven't done yet. We haven't done that. Scan carbon for resources, 41k. And we went ahead and scanned the moon for resources, 80k. Now, we want to move our moon base from carbon to the moon. Before we do that, however, we need to attach some return vehicles for all the science that is going together. We have our Minmus taxi for getting science from Minmus. We will need to redesign this because it's using experimental parts to something that we can use. So let's see. We have that. This needs to be changed. I think this is experimental too. Okay, that's apparently the root node. You can be the root node. How do you like that? And then we will detach those. And put... Okay, how do we have that working? I guess there must have been a tiny little fuel thing here that I don't see. So we'll make sure we have one of those. This is the smallest engine we have. I guess we could use RCS maybe. We don't really have RCS thrusters, so I don't think that will work out that well for us. And that is not enough fuel to get home. So we will add another tank. That should be enough to get home. Attach you there. We'll get you. Do that. Make sure it has fuel. Plop that down there. And then we will copy this whole thing. Okay, we will... Let's take one of these. Do that. Make this the root. Again. And that's much better. Okay. Now, obviously, we're going to need some fairings and such stuff like that. Let's see here what we can get. We don't have any 2.5. As I was saying, we don't have any 2.5 meter fairings, so we'll have to make it do with probably procedural ones. Let me fiddle with that. I'll be right back. The fairing actually worked quite well. And for the boosters, we've gone with a quad asparagus stage thing with some procedural liquid tank cones for a little bit extra oomph. That puts us up to 3,470 meters per second, which, given this is vacuum delta V and not Atmo delta V, not quite enough for me. So, I don't know why there's a little node holding out here. That's kind of weird. What was I saying? Yes, we're going to add on some more boosters. Or try to. Put that there. And then we'll add another set there. Make sure... Okay, now I'm confused. Where do you go? You're right there, okay. I do want all these to go at the same time. Then we'll add in these. And one more there. So that'll give us 1.51 thrust to weight taking off and another about 400 delta V. Let's slap on some struts and I think we will be ready to launch. Some between these. And so that's not a strut. Some down there. Put some up here. And finally, the most wobbly part is going to be somewhere up in here. I guess that'll have to do. Hopefully things don't wobble too much. Well, let's take this out to the launch pad and see how it does. And off we go. Nice bit of thrust there. So far, so good. Not going too fast. Still a bit concerned about the wobbliness. But we won't really know how that's going to work out until we get much higher. We'll need to probably throttle down to about 3/4. And away we go. After this vessel gets docked. Well, actually, because of this vessel, what we're going to have to do is dock it to our moon lander and leave at least part of it there so that we can do the gravioli scans of the moon. Since our moon lander only has the one crew capsule, we don't have anywhere to put the science data that we're going to get from orbiting the moon. So we'll need a couple of the crew capsules from a taxi to dock with our lander, and we can ferry the extra science into that, and then we'll take it and process it in our science lab thing. We've gotten the taxis docked. Now then, let's head off to the moon. Set you as our target. Let's see. Our descending node is not that bad. So come around right about here, say 900-ish to start with, which is a bit much. 840 then. Okay, so we need to increase the time a bit. Quite a bit. And let's see, what do we want our periapses at? I think maybe 40 kilometers would be good. I don't know where the cutoff is in the time warps. So we'll shoot for 40. And change it if we need to. $40 kilometers, right at it. Okay. Let's have a look at that. Focus on the moon. Can't really see it. But it says it's 40 kilometers. So I'm going to believe it. Let's align it to the node. And it looks like we've completed our altimetry scan of the moon. It got us a little bit of money. They have found 73 different rock formations that resemble rocks. They'll be in touch. A little bit of fast forwarding now. That everybody's all facing the right direction. This is going to be quite a long burn. An extremely long burn. Hopefully that doesn't mess anything up. It's going to mess up our time warping a little bit. So have to keep an eye on it. Go faster. It doesn't want to go faster. I don't know why everyone is so happy. They're just kind of orbiting. I guess it's a nice view or something. Maybe they're just glad to finally be going there since it's been in orbit for months and months. A little bit wobbly. Probably has something to do with the SAS over here. Should turn that off, I don't know. We could if we wanted to. It's also a bit difficult for it to turn around, so we do need a lot of SAS. Has so much fuel on it. A little nudge. Try to get right in there. I think it can probably hold it. At least this is the only finicky burn it has to do. Come on. Just turn on RCS to help you. Right about there. Okay. That should allow it to line itself up. Fast forward a few more seconds. 30 seconds. Okay, that's good enough. Probably take us a few seconds to fiddle with things. The nice pink nuclear engines. somewhat worried about them overheating. That's why I put those big giant radiators on them. We'll have to see how that does. Get some RCS going. It looks like we're kind of getting off of our node. Maybe we should try using this to hold. Seems to be doing a little bit better. Alright, this is going to be a little bit of a long burn, so let's fast forward. Well, that did not go great, but we managed to get where we're going. Or where we wanted to go, anyway. And we are going to end this episode here. Like if you like. Subscribe if you're not. Leave a comment if you have anything to say. I do read all the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.